Good evening, Leo. This is Gabrielle with Arcturus Divination, and this is your April 2015 tarot card reading. So, this month is all about letting go, and I do mean emotionally, because your whole theme card for the month is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about the things that had emotional influence over you in the past, finally losing that influence that they had on you. And these cups, we all know, represent emotions. Well, not all of us, but most of us know that. And they had such a strong impact that eventually we built up a false reality surrounding just basically these emotions, and not what was physical, what was real, what was corporeal in our lives. As you can see, the moon is waning. The individual in the picture is clutching a staff for support, and they're cloaked. So they're ready for the long journey. They're ready for something new. Now, unfortunately, this probably for most of you has to do with relationships with people. But there's other things tied into it as well. So in the beginning of the month, you need to reevaluate your finances. Maybe how they're tied in with other people, or this possibly false reality that you created for yourself surrounding other people, or the way something was going in your life that was bringing you money. Now, this isn't a card of failure. It's a card of assessment. You need to really take into stock what you have and where it's going, or where it's taking you. It's taking a long time for some of you to get to where you wanted to be. And that's for a reason, and you need to reevaluate that. I'm sorry, my cat is jumping all over the place in the background. So if you see me pausing or looking that way, that's what's going on. Okay, so it's going to become very clear to you in the beginning of the month that this dissatisfaction is in the heart. It's change that you cannot look away from at this point. That's what this card is. It's a moment of stagnation or temporary peace, pierced by revelation, or the one sword of revelation, injustice, and it's going to hurt like any wound in the world hurts. The severity of which depends on how much you are prepared for it. It comes swiftly, powerfully, and passes quickly. For those of you who are scared of heartbreak, don't be. It's also separation. So if you are taking a break from a relationship, or from even being in the same place as some friends or family, some truths will come to the surface while you are away from this person or those people. Now, I say person because towards going into the middle of the month, they're going to show their true colors. Whoever this person is going to show that they are strictly all about themselves. They have their own ambitions, and you're going to learn of it. They have their own ways of hurting you, and you're going to know about it. This also could represent you in a sense that you wake up and go pursue some other course or some other person. Course being you go find a distraction. And that could be art, it could be education, it could be, in work, it could be an affair. So, and I don't endorse if you're married, I don't endorse affairs, just for the record. Now, towards the middle of the month, for some of you who are trying to start off a relationship with somebody and it's starting off a little rocky, you're going to get a little bit more passionate with this person in the middle of the month, because this is a Lover's card. For those of you who are on the rocks and you know that it's been a while, and you know that it's not going anywhere, this is a time of the month, or pretty much a time of the year, that you need to know and proclaim what it is that you want in love for yourself. I feel that if you want it, you can make it happen. If you ask for it, you will get it. You just have to know what's good for you. Beware, because that card also represents it represents trials in the realm of love and the heart that will reveal to you what it is that's wrong with you, that's making it not work, which can be painful, believe me. Many people say they can handle something like that just to have it happen, and they don't know what's going on. Next thing you know, they're panicking. I suggest you don't panic, but what you're going to do, most of you Leo, is try to cling to maybe not all that you had, but what you think you have left. And if it's a relationship, it can get ugly. If it is a separation, you're going to try to regain your dignity and maybe go separate ways with somebody and take, pretty much split it in half. I feel like since you're going from 7 to 4, 7 of discs in the beginning to 4, if you do separate with somebody or from a bad place or situation, you will come off better. You won't lose as much as you thought you would. You will hold your strong ground. It may come with a moral sacrifice, beware. So going in to the end of the middle of the month, so going further towards, I'd say the 3rd week in April, you get this card. So sort of peace and a balance with people come out of this. A healing and a recognition of what you went through comes out of this, and a sort of a new strength. And that leads and paves the way to a new love. So many of you will have learned a lesson, will have moved on from a bad situation with people into a better situation with people. And it could very well mean that you meet somebody. But for those of you who are going through, like, let's say a divorce, a separation, or just a breakup with somebody special, you're going to let what you just went through get in the way. To the point where you may have recognized what went wrong and how you played a part in it, but you're not going to admit it. So you do run the risk of repeating the same mistakes by the end of the month, or saying no to something special out of dissatisfaction, or the fear of future dissatisfaction. Leos do have a way of letting their ego run the show, which is what by the end of the month you're going to want to do. You're going to, in a sense, want to be mean, or just show off generally by the end of the month, and it could ruffle a few feathers. So the 6 of Wands and the 5 of Swords, which I apologize if I'm not reading the cards off what they are. The 5 of Swords and the 6 of Wands together means that your pride and your showing off or your apparent success could be your defeat, could be your downfall. So be careful. Because, like I said, some moral sacrifices might have to be made. This is the end of something, but it's the end of something that you're going to be at peace with. You knew it was coming, Leo. By the end of the month, you do what wraps it all up is the Hanged Man, and some of you, there's a lot of debate about the Hanged Man being the Jesus card, so a sacrifice for something greater, or a redemption of sorts, but it's a revelation card. It reveals to you, that through hardship, through what you just went through, comes wisdom, and comes a recognition of what could be better, or what you are in your core, or what your purpose is. So Let's see if I see anything else, because this was very heavy with love and relationships. And unfortunately, the loss of that. But let's see. For some of you, I see a connection with a contract, or signing something, or buying something, or starting something new. Not a lucky month to do it. This would be a good time to hold off, pay more attention to yourself. Cat, stop it. I'm sorry. Pay more attention to polishing yourself. Because what you have, for most of you Leos, what you have going on right now is not good. It's not going to last. It shouldn't last. It needs to change. It needs to be polished and perfected. And that will come later in the year where you're going to be able to do that. But you do need to get used to the fact that who you are now is not going to be the person that's going to stick around for a while. If you get what I'm saying. So I'd say don't take too many things too seriously this month. It's all about you and maybe one other person. I hope that explained a lot and brought some closure to a lot of people this month. If it did, leave a comment, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. If it didn't, you can still subscribe if you want, but leave a comment. I like to know how this is going for people. And again, I apologize for not being there in March. I had a lot going on. So if you're still with me, thank you for being here. This has been Gabrielle with Arcturus Divination, and you have a good evening, Leo.